The reason why astounding was coming up was I did this meditation, and in the meditation, it was showing the birth process, and it was showing all of the intricate things that had to come together in order to create even a semblance of a human being. I mean, in order to create the fetus, like all of these intricate pieces had to come together. And I was seeing the Davic world in there, and I was seeing how incredibly busy the Davic world get in creating intricate form like that. So like the egg meets the sperm, and once the commitment is made that that is going to bear fruit, or that is going to bear seed in the world, or that is going to give birth to the potential of a human that's going to then take form. Once the Davic world get that information from that sperm and seed meeting, there's a whole load of activity that starts to go on to create the form, you know? And it's kind of like, it's just like divine intelligence. It's kind of like, it's, you know, and there's a lot of movement. And when I was seeing that, I was seeing that is astounding. We take it for granted that we are even here. You know, we take it for granted. And I was interviewed earlier this week, and we got onto the subject. And again, I was in the middle of the interview, I was seeing the Davic world showing this sort of like activity, just explosion of activity, intelligent activity. I mean, activity that is so inherently focused on the creative and the creation and the form making. Like, it's not distracted by anything. It's just really connected into that. And again, the word came in, that is astounding. But I was just also brought into the fact that, like, if just one little piece of that activity got distracted, we would end up with our kneecap on our head. You know what I mean? So that is a level of precision, and that is a level of focused intention that it takes to create a form that is us in the end, right? And then we're born into the world, and we're born into this kind of malaise, mediocrity, kind of, oh, this happens every single day. Like, there were so many people born this day on earth. So like, you're just another person out of all of the other people. And none of the attention is given to this astoundingness of what had to happen for you to even remotely be here, you know? And then we get into the malaise of the day-to-day existence, where we just take everything for granted. We take our breath for granted. We take our feelings for granted. We take our emotions for granted. We take the flow of energy that we've got going through us for granted. We take the animation for granted. We take the earth for granted. We take everybody for granted. And we lose bit by bit. I mean, as children, I think we have a closer relationship with the word astounding, because as children, we're a little bit more connected with the newness of, oh my God, that can happen. You know what I mean? Like, wow, you know, like, as children, we have that connection. And I say as children, as long as we don't get plonked in front of a TV too much, then we have that connection with the real life world of like, wow, you know? I love like holding a child, and for that moment, seeing the world through its eyes, where just like the interplay of a shadow on a wall is just so incredibly fascinating, you know? And it's kind of like you just stay with a child, and you sort of like look at his eye line and what catches the eye, and then what sort of like it gets drawn into, and the attention and the focus and the detail of that. And it's just like the world is just like this, you know? Astounding. Like, it's astounding. you know? And so when I was feeling into the texture of Astoundingly Gifted, I was then starting to feel into, what if we were to come with our own animation, our own level of presence, from that place of the realization that we are astoundingly gifted. And it's really interesting that when I put that over to you at the beginning, there was this sort of sense of the gifted children in school that we were apart from, which is not something I'd thought about, but it's really interesting when you start to think about it, like how the world then starts to take that that idea of astoundingly gifted and puts the label on one set of children and separates them from the other children, so that you get the sense that, oh, that's what astoundingly gifted looks like, and I'm not that, you know? So there's this removal from that sort of sense of like, man, just the fact that I'm here is astoundingly gifting. But it's taking it and it's broadening that out. And then I was shown, like, when we are touching the earth with the bottom of our feet, with that level of a presence of we are astoundingly gifted, what can the earth then impart to us from that place of conscious awareness on our part, you know? It's kind of like the earth's intelligence and even the divine intelligence of the earth, that is an individualized intelligence, although it's the same as our, you know, there's a harmonizing flow that connects everything. But if we were to sort of look at the earth, because this plane of existence does a whole dividing thing, which obviously makes it that you are you and me, I am me, and all of this. So the earth is the earth and I am me. But like, if I was to kind of come to the earth from a place where I had really recognized within myself that I am astoundingly gifted, all of a sudden the earth has got a way of communicating and sharing the frequency of astoundingly gifted from its perspective. Likewise, the divinity has a way of communicating with us. Soul has a way of communicating with us from a place that really brings in the frequency of astoundingly gifted. And it's not a frequency that the ego is all sort of like bathing and sort of like, you know, kind of swimming around in. It's a frequency where it's just recognizing the miraculous, you know?